Hello, my name is Kyle Barnes, and the name of my business and website is Southwest Property Management. And the concept of this business, having worked in real estate development for a few years and going to work for a multifamily developer after I graduate, uh, is to cut costs and cut overhead when it comes to the actual property management side of the development business. It's a huge cost that we encounter, and working in the business, I've always thought that there would be ways to downsize that cost and cut overhead. Traditional property management is done in a way that you either have to go out and hire a brick and mortar property management company in every section of the country that you operate in, someone local to take care of your tenants and manage your property and do all those things, take care of the maintenance and repairs. And so the idea behind this business was to offer developers and institutional investors a one-stop shop for all of their property management needs. And the way we cut costs and use technology is in the sense that what I created is a parent organization, right? It's a parent organization to a bunch of independent contractor property managers who are strategically placed throughout the southwestern United States. And so, as the parent organization, essentially what we do is handle all of the large scale items and then outsource the small scale items to our regional property managers who work on an, like I said, independent contractor basis. And so what that does is it cuts our overhead expense because we don't have to have offices everywhere we operate, and it cuts our payroll expenses because we don't have to have salary property managers on the books. So and the ways technology really helped to develop this business is that what we can do is remotely manage our clients' portfolios of real estate essentially through the internet. What the basis is that we create relationships with brokers throughout the southwestern region of the United States and allow them to find us our tenants and establish those relationships. And then we, from a remote office, can execute any portion of the property management business, whether it be lease agreements, executing lease terms, anything like that. We can do it from one centralized office for any property, and then have one of our independent contractor property managers go ahead and enforce those contracts and whatnot. And then when it comes to the maintenance and repair of facilities, ensuring that our tenants are happy, we again create long-standing relationships and partnerships with the best contractors in each region we operate in, and allow them to come out and do anything we need on a pre-negotiated cost basis, and it allows us to meet deadlines easier. The real technological advance, which we'll get into as we go over the website, is our tenant interface. And this is one of the customer-facing plugins I used. Our plan is to, anytime you work in real estate development or property management, it's crucial to create long-standing relationships with your tenants, because as your tenants grow, it gives you opportunities to grow either your property management or your real estate development business. Because if you're good at what you do, they want to follow you into the retail centers you build. And that we, according to my website, my business model, we specifically handle retail and shopping center management. I don't know if you saw that on that slide right there, but let's go into the website a little bit. We have our homepage with the logo will go right here. I have the logo designed. I just need to figure out how to put it up there. We have our contact information over here. I'm sorry, I have a tremor, so I apologize if the video is a little shaky. And then our slides, our first slide is, a one-stop shop for your property management needs, specializing in retail and shopping center management. We go down to our services, just a brief overview of what we do: leasing and tenant acquisition. It's more than just rent collection, and we'll get into that with that customer-facing plugin. And then property maintenance and upkeep, as I already detailed, we partner with contractors in every region we function in to provide the best service possible. Like us on our social media pages, and then another link to all of our pages down here. Some of the pages that and then the second slider says streamlining the process of traditional property management in an effort to lower costs for regional developers and institutional investors. And that's really the purpose of this business. That's where we're going to make our money, is getting those big, relatively big fish clients who develop on a regional basis in the Southwest to sign contracts with us to handle all of their portfolios. So that's the homepage. We'll go to our blog. We have 2 blog posts, one about striking a deal with Pacific Development Group and overtaking 1.8 million of their square feet under our management, with the other 1.1 million square feet to come once their existing contract runs out. We go to our second blog post. It's another representation of our ability to be flexible and move quickly with our low overhead, and saying that we have successfully repaved the parking lots at the Colonies Crossroads Center in Upland, California, which does actually belong to the Pacific Development Group. 2 of our customer-facing plugins are on our contact page. We have a contact form for new business inquiries for our clients who want to take us on as their managers, and then we have an interactive Google map with our headquarters in Reno, Nevada, already put on there. So that's 2 of our customer-facing plugins. We then have a properties under management section detailing out, just with some photographs of our existing centers under management, how well maintained they are, the landscaping. They're all full, which is something that we promise in our services and about us section, is an 85% guaranteed lease rate. Arizona, Nevada, and Utah. Okay, so now we go to the tenant login page, and this is really where the technology kicks in. Essentially what we've created, and I'll go ahead and log out here. This is my next customer-facing plugin. It's for the tenants. So it's essentially a login page for our tenants where they can come in without having to call a property manager or do anything like that, and use this service on here. You can either log in, or new tenants can register with us. They can make rental payments. They can inquire about things going on in the center, who's moving in, who's moving out, how much space is available. And they can make inquiries for repairs. If something's wrong with the building, they can contact us, almost like a social network for our tenants, to keep in contact with us, and, like I said, make payments, make inquiries. And this is totally different from the traditional property management business model, because normally you'd have to have 10 or 15 employees on the payroll with huge overhead costs and local to the center in order to do this. And by streamlining that process down, we can maybe have 5 or 6 full-time employees handling this site, and then using those strategic alliances with contractors and brokers throughout the Southwest to effectively get the requests done and things like that. So that's really the change up in the business. And then it also, in my experience in development, you want to get the best tenants possible, and you want those tenants to grow with you. And so we feel like at Southwest Property Management, by implementing this kind of strategy, you really allow the tenants a direct line of communication to you. They're able to get their message out. They're able to interact with you on a daily basis and do things like that, state their claims. So not only are we offering the best low-cost service to our clients in terms of the developers and the institutional investors, but we're also offering the best property management landlord experience to our tenants. And that's really where the technology of having a website that can interact like this and interface really comes into play. I see I'm getting up in time now, so let's go to the About Us page. Here we just really kind of talk about our start, what we do, how we offer it, what makes us different, where we operate, And right down here, like I said, we talk about how we're different than the traditional property management approach, but it allows us to more effectively communicate to our clients and our tenants and operate on a lower cost basis. Then we go into our services, leasing and tenant acquisition, building relationships with our tenants, which is what I talked about, offering them a better experience, and then the property maintenance and upkeep, how we are able to partner with the best contractors in the region and use them on a pricing scale to get things done effectively and efficiently. Whereas in a normal property management setup, property managers are glued to their loyal brokers and contractors. So you're not always getting you're not always fulfilling your fiduciary duty to your clients to get them the best service and the best deal possible. In this business model, we are more than able to do that. And that's what differentiates us. Let's see what else here. Some troubles I encountered getting my website set up, really finding the correct plugins for me and being able to implement them. I didn't want to just put useless plugins in. I think all three of our plugins will help our people navigate our website, and then the interactive, almost social media style plugin for our tenants is very innovative. Another problem, which I'm going to solve tomorrow on Monday, is getting the logo that I made on Photoshop to go right up here. I had a lot of trouble doing that, and so I'll be asking you some questions tomorrow. But again, my name is Kyle Barnes, and this is Southwest Property Management, and hopefully you like the website. Thank you.